Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. Do you remember Wishbone? That talking dog on TV in the 90s that would teach kids about literature? You know, they'd always dress him up as like the main character in the story. I loved him as a kid. Well, I loved the books. I read all of them, or at least most of them, and got really into classic literature as a small child. Apparently, I did not love the TV show. My mom says I was really scared of it and would cry whenever it came on TV. I don't remember that. But today's my second chance to enjoy the show because I decided to cover an episode of Wishbone on the channel today. Because most, if not all, of the episodes are on YouTube in a big playlist. I'll link it. And I found this one, Season 1, Episode 8, called The Slobbery Hound, which is their Sherlock Holmes episode, so I'm very excited. Such big imagination on such a little bud. I'll look at him flying on his little wings, like Icarus, who died. Moving on. What's the story, Wishbone? I haven't watched this episode, like, before filming. I'm going in blind, so this should be fun. What's the story, Wishbone? That theme song is gonna be in my head for a week. It's gonna be out of my head just in time for me to sit down and edit this tomorrow, and then editing me will have it in my head all over again.
There is a canine criminal on the loose.
I'm overly excited. I love Sherlock Holmes. I am an old lady who loves mystery stories, and I'm not sorry.
He's on a rampage, terrorizing the neighborhood. Look at this mess.
So Wishbone is running around in the middle of the night in the middle of a thunderstorm, which does not seem safe.
Only a master detective can find him.
He's trying to track down whoever's tipping garbage cans over or something.
This is the perfect case for the great Sherlock Holmes.
And he launches into this like backstory about the Hounds of Baskerville. The Hound of Baskerville. Did I say it right? I always say it wrong.
The Hound of the Baskervilles.
The Hound of the Baskervilles. Apparently even the dog can say it right.
In London, Sherlock Holmes investigates the biggest, baddest dog delinquent ever.
So we go into the story portion really quickly.
The door, Watson.
Right you are, Holmes.
I assume we're at 221B Baker Street, and this is Watson, and he and Sherlock are doing Victorian detective things.
Henry Bassett. Henry, I'm Dr. Watson. And you, of course, know the great Sherlock Holmes.
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes?
Oh, look at him. He's a very good boy. He shakes paw and everything.
Your home, Baskerville Hall, has a dark secret.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Long ago, wicked Hugo Baskerville brought a curse on the whole family.
Well, that really doesn't sound good.
All the Baskervilles who walk alone on the moor at night will be pursued and killed by a giant supernatural hound.
That just reminded me of that Nancy Drew Curse of Blackmoor Manor game. You know, the older lady, Mrs. Drake, is like, people are always seeing and hearing things on the moor at night.
People are always seeing and hearing things on the moor at night, especially you Americans.
Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It's a good game. So we see this foggy reenactment of one of the Baskervilles being chased down, presumably by the Hound.
Generation after generation of Baskervilles has suffered under the curse.
I don't believe it.
So the son, who is the heir to the entire estate and who is coming to Sherlock for help, does not believe this story.
Your uncle took this curse very seriously.
It's simply an old fairy tale.
Wasn't Sir Arthur Conan Doyle really into fairies? That's off topic, but I thought of that because, you know, my ADHD is acting up today, apparently.
You examined the body?
Yes, and near to it
Go on.
were footprints
Man or woman?
Whoa! Teleporting dog.
of a gigantic hound.
Oh, no.
Watson, we cannot let fear cloud our minds.
Oh, sorry, Holmes.
So the guy's like, it was a giant hound that did it, and Watson's like, and Sherlock's like, Watson, don't show emotion. And he's like, right, you're right, I'm sorry.
No indications of death by animal?
No.
Then let's not blame the dog right away.
Yeah, Wishbone Sherlock is offended that you would just arbitrarily blame a dog. Which, to be fair, I kind of am too. Dogs are the best. Except for cats, but dogs are also awesome.
It's true, you do need my help. For now, just to be safe, I think Watson should go with you to Baskerville Hall.
So Sherlock's like, haunted house? Plagued by demon dogs? Cool, I volunteer to put Watson's life at danger.
You don't mind, do you, Watson?
Oh, no, not if you think it best, Holmes.
And Watson's like, great.
You can run, pal, but you can't hide.
So Wishbone is determined to solve this trash can case.
Look at this mess!
I know, it's awful, but I'm on duty.
Oh, you are in trouble, Buster?
Me?
But since he's the only one around, like, when people discover the trash can's tipped over, everybody just thinks it's him.
You've got it wrong.
And he's offended.
Excuse me, coming through.
Do his owners just let him run around the neighborhood? That feels like bad pet ownership, to just let your dog run around overnight.
I need a suspect. Hey, Fred, anything for me? I gotta find a lead.
I always feel bad for Wishbone because nobody can understand him when he talks, so he just, like, has these one-sided conversations with everybody.
Hey, Fred, anything for me?
Like, hey, Fred, how's the wife and kids? Well, that's good.
Ah, Fritz! He's a likely suspect.
So he's having, like, this hard-boiled inner dialogue of, like, being a detective and trying to figure out who his suspects are.
Whoops! She's on to me.
And then he gets spotted by the neighbor he pissed off the night before, so he ducks into a bush that's full of thorns, which seems like a bad idea.
Ow! Oh, hey, chew toy.
But he is a dog. But he does read, so he should have pretty good reasoning skills. Anyway.
I need to go undercover, like Sherlock at Baskerville Hall.
This makes him think of the next part of the story, where Sherlock Holmes goes undercover. I would love to see one of the fashion historians of YouTube, like Bernadette Banner, cover how accurate, or if I'm guessing correctly, inaccurate, these Victorian costumes are. Like, I'm sure they did very well on what must have been almost no budget, but I would be curious to know, like, how far off they were. How did he get in there?
Everyone, even Watson, still thinks Holmes is back in London.
Look at him, he's a sneaky boy.
And this is mad, bad old Hugo himself, the one who started the curse.
Try to live your life in a way where your future descendants won't look at your picture and be like, ah, that's the guy that cursed us and brought bad luck on every generation since.
I wonder what Watson has dug up.
So even though he sent Watson to interview this guy, he decides to follow up, and by follow up I mean eavesdrop on the conversation that Watson's already having with this guy.
You would not be here, Dr. Watson, unless Holmes was investigating.
What a badass mustache that guy has.
He's spooky. Oops, exit Holmes, stage right.
But that would be stage left.
I showed Sir Henry the town and the moor.
I hope I can use some of my family's money to help the town.
These superstitious peasants.
Okay, 1, don't call people peasants. 2,
I may build a school for the local children.
is that guy trying to do an English accent? Or did they just decide that that guy didn't need an English accent?
That's a pretty loud superstition.
The moor makes strange noises.
I like how they just clearly hear a dog howling, and he's just like, it's probably just the wind.
And where in the world have I seen that face? Wow!
So back with Wishbone, he's hunting down more garbage suspects. Not like suspects that are garbage, like suspects in this garbage problem that they're having.
Whoa, you can't get away that easily, pal.
Wishbone!
And his owner calls him in.
I don't forget a face, buddy.
How many dogs do you think played Wishbone? 5. 5 dogs played Wishbone. Good for them. They're all very good boys.
Oh, that flea-bitten flower killer!
So all the neighbors are blaming Wishbone for all the destruction of property. This lady's flowers were trampled. This lady's table was chewed. When's the last time a rogue neighbor's dog just kind of came into your house and you didn't know?
Well, Mrs. Hernandez, that just doesn't sound like something that Wishbone would do.
So all the neighbors are complaining, and the mom, Wishbone's mom, the mom of the owner of Wishbone, She's sticking up for her fur child and being like, there's no way it's Wishbone.
Well, I'm very sorry.
Don't apologize. He didn't do anything.
Mom, you know Wishbone wouldn't do that.
Thanks, I appreciate your support.
Where is Wishbone in this scene? I don't see him anywhere. I hear him.
Started out small, but now he's run amok.
Slander! I'll have you know in this country you're innocent until proven guilty.
I guess he's sitting next to Joe. Okay. I don't know if that's weird framing or if this copy of the episode is just cut off weird, but anyway.
Mrs. Hernandez called animal control.
Someone called animal control on him? That's not cool. I mean, his owners shouldn't let him just run around in the middle of the night, but still. You don't call animal control on your neighbor's dog just because he, like, tipped over some paint cans one time.
See what I mean? He's turned vicious.
Miss Gilmore, you know Wishbone's not vicious.
Not yet.
I love Wishbone's snarkiness.
For right now, honey, if Wishbone is outside, he has to be on a leash or tied in the yard.
I mean, that's kind of fair.
This is not good.
Oh, poor little guy. Give him a doggy umbrella.
Gotta be keen-eyed. Ooh, one has got a new lawn decoration. That's no lawn decoration! It's him!
Why was that funny? I feel like that's one of those sounds that has potential on TikTok, you know what I mean? So Wishbone's like, that's not a lawn decoration, that's a German Shepherd, and then runs and, like, almost strangles himself because he's tied to a tree.
But a dog's gotta do what a dog's gotta do!
And he breaks loose pretty easily because apparently Joe just is really bad at tying knots.
Ha! Caught in the act!
So he sees this other dog stealing food off of somebody's porch and he's like, aha!
Oh, no you don't! I got it! End of the rope.
They always return to the scene of the crime.
And then he gets caught and blamed for it, which never would have happened if he didn't break loose.
Huh?
Is that his doggy mugshot? Oh no.
I'm inbound with a code 8. Will attempt to release to owner custody. Over.
Oh, so they muzzle him and they haul him back to his owner's house.
Wishbone!
Ellen! Listen, this has all been a big misunderstanding.
It's that door sound. I've talked about this before, but it's like there are these like really common sounds, like doors opening and closing, like that particular sound. And like once you realize that it's used in like everything, you can't unhear it.
I'll have to write you a citation.
So because of Wishbone's alleged crimes, the mom is being stuck with a citation.
Wait, what if we can prove it wasn't Wishbone?
So the kids are like, we can prove it wasn't Wishbone.
I wouldn't think he could do so much damage. He's such a little guy.
Yeah, like wouldn't it be obvious that a Jack Russell Terrier's bite marks are not the same as a German Shepherd's bite marks? This show about a talking dog better get its facts straight.
You have until 5 p.m. to file a protest with the municipal court.
Lovely woman, really.
Wishbone's kind of over it, so he retreats back into the world of Sherlock Holmes. So Sherlock Wishbone and his adorable little Sherlock hat have made a breakthrough in the case.
That face! I have seen it before!
Dun dun dun.
It's a disguise!
Do you think it hurt when he had to peel the fake beard off? It looked painful. So the kids are cleaning up the neighbor's porch, and they also have Wishbone there, which is interesting that the neighbor would let them bring Wishbone if they thought he was the one destroying everything.
There's no way Wishbone could have done all of this. I mean, look at the size of those tracks. Yeah, you're right. Too bad we can't prove it.
Yeah, but you can prove it. If the size of the tracks are this big and the dog's feet are like this big, that's proof. So they take a tracing of the paw print, which doesn't feel like detective work, but don't they trace dead bodies with chalk in all the detective movies? So, I don't know.
Look at these bite marks. They're bigger than Wishbone's whole mouth.
They also realize that the bite marks don't match up.
And let's find some more. Okay.
And the kids are like, hey, this whole proving our dog innocent thing is fun. Let's find more clues. Do you really need a magnifying glass to look at that giant bite mark?
Okay, I'm gonna take these figures home and do a mock-up of the suspect.
These kids are not playing around, man. This totally reminds me of, like, when I was a kid, I had one of those, like, detective kits that would, like, teach you how to be a detective. It was really hilarious and not at all educational. I need to try to find it. Maybe if my mom still has it, I'll get a hold of it and do a video on it, because it was really funny.
See, look, he's too short.
Okay, enough with the short jokes.
Hey, hurtful. Short people have feelings too.
Elementary, my dear Samantha. Hey, I think there's tuna in here.
Ugh. I can only imagine what rotting tuna in a trash can smells like. Ugh. So this kid's doing a digital mock-up of what kind of dog breed they're looking for on this very 90s computer.
We found some fur samples in Miss Gilmore's yard.
Yeah, on the pig's nose, you know? And then
But too short to knock over the...
Okay, maybe take turns while you're trying to give this poor kid information.
at least 3 feet.
One
to
at a
the
time. No.
Okay, I need the first sample. The garbage sample.
They're like both trying to give him like stats and figures at the same time, and he's just supposed to absorb all of that.
The garbage cans were taken away, but
that's okay because Wishbone's...
Oh my god, I'm stressed.
Okay, I'm ready to print. Found the match.
So somehow they were able to get enough evidence to where they only found one possibility for what kind of dog breed this could be out of all the dog breeds that exist.
We gotta find this dog by 5 o'clock so we can file a protest.
5 o'clock? That doesn't...
I know, come on, let's go, come on.
So they go off running so that they can find this dog in time to file a protest against, I guess, the citation that the mom got.
Come on, Joe, come on! Ugh, I'm gonna have to get you an extra set of legs.
Wishbone's like, let me at him, I'll kick his ass.
The hunt is on. Sherlock has got to find the villain before he strikes again.
Oh, that was kind of a nice transition.
That's the trick, Watson.
I'm not over how cute he is. Look at the coat!
He is a direct descendant of Sir Hugo Baskerville and wants the family fortune all for himself.
I know that Wishbone is like playing Sherlock Holmes, like he always plays the main character and everything, so like, I don't know, maybe he's supposed to be taken seriously like a human being in this fake reality, but like, wouldn't it be funny if they were like, man, there's been multiple murders on this moor. Time to go talk to that Jack Russell Terrier down the street.
Where is Sir Henry?
Having dinner with Miss Stapleton.
A trap!
But say what you want about dog Sherlock Holmes, he is closed in on who the bad guy is. And the culprit has locked this poor girl in his attic.
What was that? Rodents.
In what world? What are they, the big-ass rodents of unusual sizes from The Princess Bride? That creepy smile he has when he hears the hounds howling. The way he, like, stood out there ominously. Ominously. Jesus Christ. The way he stood out there and then just all of a sudden just, like, scurried off to the left, it gave off the energy of, like, I am gonna kill this guy. Shit, I forgot my keys.
It was a setup. Stapleton knew Sir Charles had a bad heart, so he used the legend of the hound to bring on a fatal heart attack.
So Dog Sherlock is explaining to human Watson how this guy is, you know, trying to kill off his relatives to get the inheritance.
I can't see a thing.
And then they head off into this very foggy forest. So they run into the bad guy out there who sicks this dog on this poor guy.
Watson, he's making his move. Draw your weapon!
And Dog Sherlock is like, Watson, pull your gun. I don't have any thumbs. And Watson's like, I have to do everything. Damn it. I wish my best friend wasn't a dog.
What is that, Holmes?
I don't care. We must save Sir Henry.
Watson's like, what the hell is that? And Sherlock's like, I don't care. And Watson's like, I sure as shit do.
Sir Henry, are you all right? Speak to me.
Wouldn't it be weird if the dog said to the human, speak, and the human was just, like, barking? It's too late at night, man. I gotta go to bed.
Watson, are you all right?
Yes, Holmes, but a strange liquid covers my hand.
Are you bleeding?
Phosphorus. Stapleton must have painted the dog to scare Sir Henry.
Oh, no, it's just phosphorescent powder. It sounded really ominous, the way that he said, yeah, I'm good, but there's this strange liquid all over my hand.
He starved the poor thing to make him vicious enough to attack and kill you.
Aw, that's not cool.
You have saved my life, sir.
That's my job.
So Dog Sherlock saves the day.
Did you find anything?
I got nothing.
Back in the real world, the humans can't find the dog that's responsible, and Wishbone is really pissed that he can't talk because he has seen the dog that's responsible.
Hello, excuse me, I got news here.
Wishbone's like, God damn it, who has the super sniffing abilities in this group? Me, I do.
Hold on!
Here we go again.
So he's just like, screw it, and he pulls Joe into the backyard.
Bet you this never happened to Lassie.
Maybe not, but Lassie had to rescue, I think, more than one person from the bottom of a well.
Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to...
Oh, sis.
So they run into their kitchen and they find this giant dog just sitting on their kitchen table.
Well, at least he seems pretty tame.
He does seem pretty sweet, but apparently he's the one that's been chewing things and knocking things over.
Go ahead, Hound Dog. Make my day. You make one false move, pal, and I will...
And drooling on people. Gross.
Wishbone, you're in the clear.
Yes!
They get Wishbone off the hook. The guilty dog goes back to his owner. The mom doesn't have to pay a fine.
Thanks, officer.
Tell her she has beautiful eyes!
Huh? Wishbone really wants this lady to know that her eyes are pretty.
Thank you, Watson. You were indeed a big help. Sir Henry is safe, and Stapleton's punishment is assured.
God, I feel bad for Watson in every iteration of Sherlock, but to be second fiddle to a dog, that's gotta suck. So, all's well that ends well. And now we get a brief excerpt from the actual Hounds of Baskerville. Baskerville.
In The Hound of the Baskervilles...
The Hound of the Baskervilles. I've read it. Why is it so hard for me to remember?
Baskerville Hall was a ruin of black granite and bared ribs of rafters. Not exactly the kind of place you'd find in Oakdale. That is, unless you make a quick detour into the visual effects department here at Wishbone.
Oh, and do we get a behind-the-scenes clip? I didn't remember that they did that.
I'd compare visual effects to a puzzle because it's a number of pieces that have to go together perfectly, so you can't tell where one piece stops and the other piece begins.
I love that.
Typically, our visual effects combine live action with other pieces like photographs.
Oh wow, that's really cool. I love that.
We used a photograph of Baskerville Hall, which is a hall in England.
People skilled in VFX, people who work in VFX, I just have so much respect for them because I don't think I would have the patience. It kind of stresses me out just to think about it.
Voila! Our production saves thousands of dollars and no one gets a free trip to England.
Aw, I want a free trip to England.
Till next time, see ya!
See ya. Didn't Sir Arthur Conan Doyle grow to resent Sherlock Holmes because he didn't want it to be his full-time gig forever? And he wanted to write books about fairies. And everybody was like, no, we want more Sherlock Holmes. And he like kept trying to kill him off. And then everybody was mad, so he kept writing books. Sherlock Holmes fact that no one asked for, but I know, so I'm gonna tell you. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I really enjoyed doing this one. Maybe I can do more Wishbone episodes in the future. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye.